Hello everybody and welcome to Planetbase. I'm Jack and I'm starting a new playthrough on a desert planet, and I'm just going to do basically I'm basically just going to give you my thoughts on what I'm thinking as I put things down here and give you a couple of tips I've learned along the way. Like right now, first thing, save the game. And I've already scouted this, so I already know this, but what you would do now is you'd look around and see how it looks and make a determination. Now, I am going to start over here so I can come straight this way. And we'll see if these guys can handle the distance. Might not be a very good thing to do, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to put it right there. That's quite a ways out. I keep doing that. So I'm going to go right there. Okay, and then we rip this down, and then I'm going to put up my power structure. Let's see, that should be enough room. So solar, power collector, and the water. Okay, and I want them to finish that, so I'm going to speed it up. Okay, they're getting it. So now I'm going to put the air in. Oh boy. Yeah, I need him to get this air in as soon as possible. I'm going to put the canteen in so they can get the water. Now, as soon as this is done, I've got a little bit of time. See, they're getting low on oxygen. Won't let me click on him. Okay. Tab key takes down the domes. And I'm only going to put the water. And I need to decide now. Yep. Put the sick bay in. Well, I've been wanting to try something different. I can wait on that for a minute. Yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go with that, and then put the sick bay off of that. But first I'm just going to nip these edges off a little bit. I don't think I needed to. Okay, I'm gonna put the sick bay there. Well, I think I'm gonna pull it out a bit. I'm gonna take it right up there. Do I like that? No, that traps me in. So geez, I don't know. Okay. Yeah. Hopefully there's enough room. I'm not gonna know, because I can't. In the early game, you have to build certain buildings first. You have to get the processing in before you can put the factory in. You have to put the factory in before you can put the robotics in. You have to put the dorm in before you can put cabins in. You have to put landing pad before you can put starport. You have to put a signpost before you can do a pyramid, and then pyramid first before you can do a monolith, and I think a control center in before you can do a telescope or a radio antenna, and you have to have the telescope in before you can do a laser. So there's a lot of things like that you have to do first. Okay, so now put in one of each, and well, let's see, let's do it this way. Yeah, and you have to build the air before you can put in a mine. So if I do that, yep, that'll work fine there. Okay, let's see if I can kind of trim these edges off. Give myself just a little room here, because I'm going to have to angle it out this way. You going to build that water before you run out of it? There you go. He did it. Okay. Now, I think I do want to build that farm here. Or what else could I build here? Okay, let me take a pause for a second. So I could put the farm off of the canteen here. That would cause a lot less traffic in this area. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, I'll put the farm right there. Now I know I'm going to put a factory in over here. don't know what else to put there if I didn't put the farm there. I don't want a dead-end building here. That's the problem. I could put a dorm here, but I don't want a dead-end building. I don't want this number one spot taken up by a dead-end building. Don't have much time to figure it out. Guess I could put the lab there. Okay, if I did that, then put my dormitory here. Okay, and then can I put it back in now? I can. Now I need my landing pad. I'd like to put my landing pad out a ways. And let's clip this edge. Just because I can. I don't know if I can smooth that edge up or not. Nope. That's good enough though. I'm just thinking maybe if I wanted to bring the mines over this way. Yep, that gives me enough room. Okay, so now I need to get that landing pad. Okay, if I put that there. That one's done, so that means this one needs to be next. And then I need to see if I can't whittle my way through here. I need to take that edge off. I don't know if I can do one more. Yep. How about over here? Oh yeah. That might be enough. Okay, let's go back, get my landing pad in. Okay, if I do that, it's just not quite enough room. See if I can. Oh, let's see about this. Okay, now is that enough? Yep. That one can't be built first. Come on, guys, get the farm going. That's going to have to wait until this is done. There we go. Okay, now we're going to let them build all this. Let's try it on this side first and see how that goes. And then in here, okay. Now I can put this down. Good enough. Okay, this is going to go... This is going to go in priority. And we're going to dry fit everything here again. So, put the lab here. And then the dorm here. I'm going to tear that out. Try to see if it'll fit again. It will. Yep, I like that. Now we got to see something. Put that there. Yes. Okay. That's exactly what I want to do. Oh, we gotta get our landing pad set. Biologist first. Need to get my food up. So I do large of everything I can out here. Water, power collector, solar. It's going to be a large wind, put in a large processing and a large farm. Large air, a normal canteen. And then obviously there's only one size of mine. But that takes me right down to 0. Well, it leaves me 2 left, 2 metal to go towards my wind. Now I got to get producing a little bit of metal and wait for my status to go up. The guy's got to sleep on the floor, and that's what's causing the poor status, is because they're very unhappy about sleeping on the floor. See how unhappy he is? But it's temporary. It'll come back, and then it'll go back down, and it'll come back, and it'll go back down. It keeps going back and forth until I can get this done. So people will be coming in very slowly. So until then, we're just in a holding pattern. Still need 2 more. Wow. Just barely averted disaster. I've had that happen in like the first 10 minutes and killed both my biologists. And my food didn't hang out long enough before my status rose. And so they started getting hungry, and their welfare stayed very poor. And it meant no more people coming in. Game over. See, he's sleeping on the ground. So is he. So until I can get rested up, my status is going to stay low. Now, sometimes what I'll do is I'll build this really early, like one of the first things, so my status is still up and they're not tired yet, and you can get a couple of people to come in sometimes that way. But in the end, it all works out about the same. And let's see if I can... Nope. Just don't think there's any way. I'd have to nick quite a bit out of there, and it's not going to let me. There is one way to do it. There we go. Some people coming in. Still not enough. Come on. Let's take that back just a pinch. Yeah, it's just not giving me anything, is it? I was hoping I could get through there. Because it's just a bridge too far, because look how far I can go. And let's see, is that distance greater than that? Man, it's so close. No, I just can't get anything out of it. It's just too thick. Oh well, it's worth a try, I guess. But that's good that I got that cleared out a little bit, because now when I set that way back in like that, I got plenty of room for that. Perfecto. Onesies. Gave me one last time and one this time. That's okay, because now I can put in some more food. Let's try that. Let's try that for a bit and see how that goes. See how it plays out for us. Finally. Okay, now this can go to priority. And the next thing is the water. And the reason being is we can only put in 8 plots. 2, 4, 6, 8. So that's the max I can put in without running out of water. This guy takes water. 1.5. This guy takes water. 0.25. And each one of these takes water. 0.25. And we will run out of water if I go to more than 8. So this has got to be the next piece. And then next piece after that will be another solar collector, or power collector, I should say. And then we'll put in our lab and our factory and our storage. And I may opt to didn't lose anybody. Good. Do that. See if I can get one of each. Now, if you're not aware, these percentages really don't mean anything. 0 means something. You definitely won't get anybody at 0. But if I set all these at 20%, means nothing. You'll get whatever the game decides to give you. It'll give you one of those, but you don't know which one. So when I go 65-35 saying I prefer biologist, it's just as likely I get a worker only, 2 workers only, 3 workers only. I've set it for 95 and 5, and the 5 brought in 3 of that, per whatever it was. Say it was 95 workers and 5 biologists, and it just keeps bringing me biologists. It just ignores it. So these percentages don't really mean much. They're just basically suggesting to the game I want someone in that category. So now if I take that up, let's go that way. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it seems like to me most of the time it does not work. So I need to get my workers up. No, 2. I've only got 2 workers. I can't do much of anything. So I'm going to change my mind. That's just, that guarantees that you're going to get somebody if you go 100%. So 0 and 100% are guarantees. Everything else is a mixed bag. Unknown. Unknown, unknown. Beautiful. That's just beautiful. Because now that means I can expand that. Now, I don't know this for fact, but it appears to me, let's go here for a minute. These are your recipes for food. 3 different veggies equals a salad. Anything with starch in it. Again, these are my opinions. I don't know this for fact, but I highly suspect this is true based upon my observations. Any 3 veggies, I don't think the starch count as a veggie in this category. So, really your important ones are wheat, rice, and maize, tomatoes, and mushrooms. But you need 3 different ones of the veggies. So I use onion. The reason I use onion to give you my 3, so I got mushroom, tomatoes, and onion, is because tomatoes and onions, you can get a blueprint later in the game that boosts your production. So they have an extra benefit. So I put wheat, maize, and rice in only for the starch, and only put in mushroom, tomatoes, and onion for my food. Now, the reason you have to have the 3 is to give variety. Salad, pasta, and burgers. That's it. There's, what do they call it? Basic meal. I don't know what a basic meal is. It doesn't tell me here. But you get a basic meal, a salad, or pasta, or burger. Those are your options. And they want a variety. If not, you get malnutrition. By not eating enough variety of foods, and they have to go to the sick bay. So, here's my thinking, is I think this 3, as long as you have it being produced, you don't need to really crank it up. I think once you have the 3, that the rest of this is going to be starch and maybe at least 1 more medicinal pad. But I'm not going to put in any more of the veggie only. Because when you come here, this top row, these are all your starchy plants. And what they do, click on one, they give 2 veggies and 1 starch. Again, I don't think these veggies here, I've tried it and it didn't work. Because I got a malnutrition warning that popped up. So that's why I assume that these don't count. Now these I'll give 3, your veggies. So if I come here, so this top row gives you 2 veggies and 1 starch. This row gives you 3 veggies. These are your miscellaneous. This is your medicinal. And trees. Trees are free to plant, and they produce 2 oxygen in the day, and they take away 1 oxygen at night. And then these are your 2 blueprints. Now you notice that these veggies produce 3. These 2 will produce 4. So that's the benefit. So this row here is slow growing and low maintenance. This group of 4 are normal growing, normal maintenance. And these 4 are fast growing and high maintenance. So, in the early game, if you want to get a variety, I plant this one, the rice, which is high maintenance, and the corn, which is low maintenance, and I think they kind of balance each other out. You really don't need the variety other than it gives you more options here on your cooker. See, wheat, rice, and maize. So I put those 3 in. So right now I've got a rice, Come on. You're not going to let me do it, are you? In a different angle. A rice and a maize. And then a maize. Didn't I put a wheat in? Yeah, I put a wheat in. So I put the low maintenance ones in the early game because I don't want my biologists being overworked and not being able to keep these under control, because they have to keep working on them to keep the producing ratio up, because if they start dropping, they grow slower. And you'll start seeing little triangles pop above the veggie pads or the starch pads, letting you know that they can't keep up and they're being overworked. Now sometimes it's just a temporary thing because they got to take breaks and go sleep and eat. And sometimes if they're not being stretched too far, they can recover fairly quickly. So what I try to do is say 1 biologist for 2 pads. So I go 2, 4, 6, 8. That's 4 biologists. I've got 5. But because I can only put 8 pads in until this second water gets put in, I can't grow any more food, which is kind of good because you don't want a lot of food in the beginning, because this food sitting here will go bad, and if it goes all the way down to 0, it will disappear. The only way to prevent that is to put in a storage. So I don't want a whole lot of food growing right now. I want just enough to keep these guys going. Okay, let's go back up to speed, get these guys going. Yeah, in the beginning it's kind of slow because you don't have enough workers to really crank things up. You got to get at least 3 mines. Yeah, 4 is probably better, but at least 3. This is fully populated with nothing but metal processors. We'll build another processing plant over here. They'll be doing nothing but processing starch. We'll need a second farm. Of course, we need storage and a factory and a laboratory. And then once we get that settled, probably have to put in a 3rd farm, more storage, and then we can start thinking about putting in the bot shop for producing robots. Now, you can do it earlier, but the problem is to produce bots, you need a good metal and plastic supply, because it's a 2-step process. They got to produce the metal. Actually, it's a 3-step process. Produce the plastic and the metal for the factory in order to produce semiconductors. So the semiconductors take plastic and metal, and then that semiconductor is used in the bot shop along with more plastic and metal to produce a bot. So you got to get your supply chain set up right, or what'll happen is you might produce one here and there, which I guess is better than nothing, because you're still building, and as you're building, you're gobbling down your metal and your plastic, and there's not much left over to supply this double chain. Plastic and metal for the factory, plastic and metal and semiconductor for the robots. So it really sucks down your plastic and metal, in other words. Now, if you're building buildings, what is that? 2 workers. What does that mean? We're at 8. Okay, I want 2 more. If you're trying to build bots and building at the same time, what happens is, and I don't know how the game decides what material goes where. Because when I'm building something here, or building something in here, or building a building, or building a bot, the game has to decide where your materials go. So if you're trying to build bots, it might take a couple over to the bot factory for production of a bot, but they'll be very slow producing. I've seen it where I put it in early and it takes like 15 minutes, it seems like, to produce one, because you're still building your colony. You got to get to a certain point. The basic colony is three farms, 2 canteens, 2 dorms, which reminds me, let's put up 3 beds. Glad that's done. Oh, that's done too. Okay, good. Now what are we at? 9 and 5. Okay, let's put that on 50-50. Still, I don't want... I gotta keep an eye on this growth. Don't want to get going too fast. Yep, we're gonna put the lab in. Because I don't want to get my food too out of whack. So I'm not going to put any more food in right just yet. I'm going to keep an eye on this and see where it goes and watch these numbers. Well, it wouldn't hurt to put in 1 more. No, we've got lots of food sitting there. And I want it to get used up. I want it to be getting close to 0 before I put any more food in. Look at that. Those workers really helped out. Okay, so in here we put in 1 workbench for our med packs, and that's what the medics do. And then 2 meat. Okay, what you bringing me? 1 of each, please. It's a biologist. That's okay. 9 and 6. I need... Yeah, that leaves me 1 extra. That's fine. So I'm going to favor workers. I'll just take it up 5%. And sometimes this works. I find that tweaking it by the smallest bit sometimes seems to work pretty good. I don't know if that's just coincidence or what. So 2 or 3 beds is all you need in the beginning to start with in order to keep your status up so that you get more colonists coming in. Once I get to 10 workers, I'll put in a 2nd mine, and then I'll put in 1 more metal processing. Look at that. It went 2 biologists and 1 worker. Whoops. And I told it to favor workers, so it ignored me. That's okay. I'm going to take it up to there because I want a couple more workers. And now we put our mine in. Come on, get all the way back in there as far as you can go. Because I got to make sure that my airlock is going to fit, and it is. Don't need it quite yet, but we will in the future. I want at least 2 airlocks out here because it can get pretty congested. Because this airlock works very slowly. If you notice, they queue up. See how slow? So by putting a second airlock here, it will help alleviate some of that congestion. All right, so now we need a factory. No, we don't. No, we don't. We're going to wait because we've got our food fairly well under control, I think. Let's see how it's going. Yes, I might put in one more here. That's a judgment call to what to put in here. You can put in any one of these three. But I think I'm going to do a mushroom because it's the least maintenance. It's a little slower growing, but not by much. The difference between fast and slow is not, I don't know, if it's like 15 seconds more or 30 seconds more growth time. Unless you're really desperate, I don't think it matters that much. Okay, let's go up. Okay, there's 3 workers. Now, let's bring in some engineers and medics, like 3 or 4 of each. So I've got 8. If I put in, this is not going to affect my food supply. I'm going to do that. They can handle it. Yeah, I got plenty of room. So now this pad is going to be filled out with nothing but rice. I'm just going to do 1 pad of veggie only. Because I think by having the variety, that's going to suffice my malnutrition potential problem. And I'm just going to worry more about producing good plastic. Because plastic can be a bottleneck if you don't have the production. What you going to give me? 2 medics? That's really all I need for now. Skilled engineers only. That means I can put 1 more workbench in. Okay, we'll put that on priority. And we'll let them start building my factory. I'd like to get all 3 of those in. Doesn't matter though, because I can make that connection with something else. So it goes there. Can I go there? Yep. Because see, I'll put my storage in right here. Will you let me go 3? It will. And then I'll make the connection that way. Give me 3. Perfect. Okay, so that's enough. Medics and engineers don't need a whole lot of those in the beginning. Now we're going to go back to 50-50 on these guys and get these numbers up. Because we want to get our production up. No, I got 15. That means I can get that in. I've got quite a bit of starch, so I can put another one of those in. And at this point in time, the metal and plastic, or the metal required to build these, is more important than the metal for this. And you can see we're not keeping, see how it's very poor? And how I alleviate that in the beginning is I put another one of those in to try to help keep as much food in there and not in here. Because once that bottom one gets to 0, it disappears. That one's okay, okay, okay. That's a biologist. Yeah, let's go to workers only for a while. I want to get that number up to about 20. For whatever reason, they're ignoring this over here. They just took the top one. But hopefully we can slow the flow there so we're not getting in trouble. But I've got 9. I'm going to put in 2 rice. And one more meat. It's a worker. We're up to 14. Okay. This is ready to be built. So now I'm going to expand this one more time. And now we've got to get 2 of these in. You can do 1. It's a judgment call. And now storage. Now if I put that in there, is it still going to fit? No. See? So, how you alleviate that problem is you make this connection. What? Oh, that's right. We were going to make this connection. So, I see what we're doing. I see. That means then that this is going to have to be the connection that gets made. Yep. And once this was done later on, down the road a bit, we'll finish these interconnects. But for now, this is all I'm going to do. I'm going to save my materials for what I need to build. Which the next thing we need to build is process the second processing, and I'm torn between a cafeteria and processing. Well, if I put those guys on hold and just let them work with what we got, let's do that. Because if I put processing in here, no, I want the cafeteria. I want the cafeteria right here. So we'll make that connection. And this is going to be on priority. And then we'll do our second processing right here. If I put that in there, is there anything I can do here? Whoops. Okay. So that's that. This needs to be a farm. And well, that'll be perfect. Okay. So that's the game plan. But before I can do that, okay, that's on priority. Yep. We've got to do power first before we do anything. Good enough. And then over here, slide that over that way because maybe I can crowd one in like in there. And that'll leave me room over here hopefully for another one. It will. Okay, so 2 wind, 1 solar, 2 collectors. And that's going to take a while because we got to get our storage in first. That's why it's set to priority. After that gets in, then we'll do cafeteria, processing, and another farm. So how's my food holding up? I might need to put 1 more food in. So I'm going to do wheat and maize. You can see there's hardly any food in here. I think that's good. It's good. Need to keep these guys supplied with metal and plastic or starch. So is this one done? Nope, 1 more plastic. So as soon as that's 1 more plastic is placed, this one's going to priority. Oh, forgot. Anything over 30, you need a second water. It's all about their happiness. See how he's thirsty? There's a certain number over 30, or maybe just before 30, where it triggers an event that says 1 water fountain is not enough, and some of your colonists will not drink from that water fountain. Or if they do it very slowly. But you'll get a lot of thirsty people. Okay, so now we have no more problem with storing a little bit of extra food. So I'm going to build this meat. So I think where we're at right now, we might be able to maintain. We'll just see. See, I'm keeping that meat just pretty low. Okay. Oh, they got that built. So now this one, I can't believe they built that already. This one's next. And after I get that built, I don't care what they build, how they build them. It doesn't matter. I forgot. I gotta put an error in here. See, it doesn't like me. It says, no. We no like you. Okay, so slow down. I'm gonna plan this out now. I gotta plan this where I can fit all three. Don't know if that's possible. But we will do it. No. Let's do it like this. So the canteen is going to go here. So take that there, and then I put an air in here, like that, and then the farm go in. Yes, farm will go in, and then I can put processing right. Well, I didn't make that connection. So processing would go right there. Okay. So the air has to go next. And this is going to keep running out of air. It's trying to recover. I think 17% is where it turns green. Yeah, it's 17. That one's 18. 18. I think it can go up to like 21 or 2. Oh, you know what it is? Dummy me. I've only got enough air for 30 people. Right there. 30 people. I'm at 33. I overlooked that. That is my fupa. That's all on me. I was wondering what was going on. But when that happens like that, being 3 over, it's not the end of the world. Because it'll allow you to still build this and recover. But the air is going to stay low and keep popping up like that. And I'm going to have to move a lot of this stuff eventually. I have to put the water over here. And I'll put another table, take these two out and put another table in. I don't see any thirsty people anymore. Well, I think I want this one built first, fellas. Yep. I don't want you building that one yet, so come take that away. And build this guy first. Actually, no, I want you to build this first. And we'll tear this one out. So we'll come use that metal. So they already came and got that. Yeah, that's my fault for going over 30. Really? You just have to do it, don't you? Yep, well, it's because they're done. All right, so that's good. So now we can put this back in. Still get that one in, right? Yep. Okay. So I think I'm going to go for the farm first. Then the processing, then the canteen. Now I could put the processing in right here in between the two. Like that, and then put the farm right here. That'd probably be a better idea. And then put the canteen over here. And I can make this a three-way. The canteen, probably. Let's see. No, that's not it. Canteen, dummy. Oh, yeah. Let's see if it'll fit. Looks like. Okay, we need to put in a couple more beds. And we also need to put one more bed in over here. Dang it. I'm getting ahead of myself. I need all this stuff built first. Oh, it needs one more. 2 more here, 5 more here. And I'll use that extra plastic to build the rest of this dormitory out. Now, when we look at the cookers here, a meal burger, meal burger, meal burger. What's this one? Meal burger, meal burger. What's this one? Basic. I don't know what that is. Pasta and pasta. I don't see any salads, but it's okay. Doesn't really mean much. And then we got to be careful too here about going over 40, because once we get around 40, we need a multi-dome. Yep, multi-dome. Multi-purpose leisure and fitness building. Well, we got that one over there built. The wind. That's done. So this was okay. So now I can put this on priority. Oh, they didn't get any of that. Oof. It's a problem. Well, I guess the canteen's gonna have to go in next. So if I go there, can I go there? Yep. Can I go here? Yep. Right. At least I'll clear some of this out. And I can build another building. In which I will. I'll build another air right here. And off of it, I'll build another dormitory. So this will give me the ability now to put in some of the processing. And then they can move those two. How much juice do these bots have left? They're probably about done. Still a little bit. Day 20 something is usually when they run out. Now these storms usually don't last that long. I got an unhappy guy there. He's really unhappy. Yeah, so that multi-dome might need to be high on the list. Well, let's see about another plant. Fit there. Water's got to go there. I'm going to hold off and see if... I forgot to put that on priority. Well, guess it doesn't matter. Well, yeah, let's put that on priority. I've already got this mostly built. Oxygen generator is out of water. Of course it is. Jiminy Christmas. I'm doing a very poor job of keeping up with my needs. I usually keep right up on that, but it's going to fluctuate. So I'm going to let them complete this one since it's so close. And we'll suffer through the water going up and down. And then after we build this, where were you? Right there. Okay, get the water in next. It was too slow. Oh well. I'm getting a lot of unhappy faces. See, it's kicking in at 33. Unhappy faces. Well, got two things I can do. Come on. I'm going to put the plant in here anyway. I'm going to put another TV in there. And over here, I'm going to put in 2 trees. And that should help a little bit. And after this is done, I'm going to put a water tower in. Since our water goes up and down, up and down, up and down, the water tower helps alleviate that. As long as you're not too over on the water. Okay, so now I can put in and see right over here, come on, right there. That's where that's got to go. And then now, all this that I did, I got to tear out. At least on this part, that's got to go. And I have to replace that with water. And then this has got to go. And that's got to go. And we're going to put another table in right there. I might have to put the multi-dome in next. Still seeing a few sad faces. It's ready to be built. Still got a little bit of life left. What day are we on? 22. He's not going to last too much longer, though. Now where to put the multi-dome? Probably right here. Have to see about fitting both the farm and the multi-dome here. Okay, so that's done. Water is good. Food is being weird. I think we're still okay. Haven't brought any more people in a while. Alright, so instead of farm there. How about the multi-dome here? Yep. That's the last metal. So we can get that going. Okay, so now over here, these are all going to get transferred. So that one's... They all got to be transferred. It's going to go to priority, and then I got to get this farm in. I could make that triple connection, but I don't know if I really need to. But if I can do it, why not? All right, I think I can start bringing more people in now. Yep, we're going to keep bringing workers in. Great. Okay. What'd you bring me? Ooh, two workers. Which means this needs to go in now. And that needs to go in. And those need to go in. It's okay, I can move them. Two more workers. Now we're at 21. No, I need to bring in more biologists. Looks like I could probably, let's see, let's look. 21. That's about right. 2. See, I got way more biologists than I need. And see how these little wrenches pop up, meaning that they're low on maintenance. Come on, let me see. Well, somebody's worked on it, got it back to good. Okay, now this is going to help beef up my metal production. Two more biologists. Okay, that's good for now. Oops, let's take that 50-50 and bring in a few more of those. Okay, so now this one is on priority. And now we're going to have to go airlock right there, and I hope it doesn't tear it down. It doesn't. Because I'll need another bungalow and another lab out here. Another dorm like that, and then another lab right here. And that still leaves me room to put in like a bar. Perfect. Okay, how is my water holding up? Yeah, it's gonna need another one. Now we should start seeing some action. I have quite a bit of plastic. I got all these filled. Well, no, but I'm just going to put one more. I don't think you ever really need more than 3 beds in one box. You can put another bed and box in later on if you want. And then over here, I'll put in those chairs. And put in that water. And over here, I'll just put in a couple more chairs. Right here. And another TV right there. And we'll call that good for quite a while. So what came in? Ooh. Don't know. I think it was 1 medic. What? Oh, I must have hit down here. That. Oh. We'll do a save. All right, I think that shall do us for this episode. So far, I really like how this is playing out. I'm doing a lot of different things. little bit different layout. I like to try different layouts and see what I like. And so far, like the 2 airlocks up here, I like that. And I kind of like how this is laid out. I kind of like the layout. I think it's quite functional. And we'll make all these interconnects at some time, a little later, as soon as we get a few more things done. Anyway, that's all we're going to do for right now. Hope you'll join me in the next episode. Until then, be good, stay safe, and we'll talk at you later. Bye.